In the small city of Akron, Ohio, a boy was born who would one day change basketball forever. His name was LeBron James. Life wasn't easy. He lived with his young mother, Gloria, moving from place to place, sometimes staying with friends or coaches just to survive. There were nights with no food, no heat, and no comfort. But even in that struggle, LeBron never lost hope. Basketball became his escape. At 9 years old, he picked up a ball and never let go. Every driveway, every park, every school gym, he practiced like the world was watching. Coaches saw something special. He was taller than most kids, but it wasn't just his size. It was his mind, his vision, his love for the game. By the time he reached high school at St. Vince, Mary, LeBron was already a legend. Crowds packed the gym to watch him play. National TV came to broadcast his games. At 17, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. The world called him the chosen one. But with praise came pressure. Some said he was too young. Others said he'd fail. LeBron didn't talk much. He just kept working, focused, humble, hungry. He wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing greatness, not for himself, but for everyone who believed in him, especially his mother, who had sacrificed everything. In 2003, he entered the NBA straight out of high school. The Cleveland Cavaliers picked him #1 overall.
With the first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
At 18, he became a professional. The kid from Akron had arrived, and he was just getting started. LeBron's NBA debut was electric. In his very first game, he scored 25 points. He moved like a veteran, passed like a point guard, scored like a superstar. But the Cavaliers were a struggling team, and wins didn't come easy. Still, LeBron stayed loyal to his city. He carried the team on his back. Year after year, he improved, stronger, smarter, faster. He won Rookie of the Year, made all-star teams, and became the face of the league. But there was one thing missing: a championship. In 2007, he led Cleveland to the NBA Finals, but the San Antonio Spurs swept them. It was painful. Critics were loud. They said he couldn't win when it mattered most. LeBron didn't argue. He trained harder. He studied the game like a master. He wanted to win, but more than that, he wanted to be great. True greatness, he knew, came with sacrifice. In 2010, he made a decision that shook the world. He left Cleveland and joined the Miami Heat to play with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh. Fans burned his jerseys. The media called him a villain. But LeBron had one goal: bring home a title. He knew he needed help. He wasn't running from pressure. He was running toward it. The first year in Miami ended in heartbreak. They lost in the finals to Dallas. But LeBron didn't quit. He came back stronger. In 2012, he led the Heat to a title. Then another in 2013. The hate turned to respect. The kid from Akron had become a champion. Even after 2 titles in Miami, LeBron's heart never left home. In 2014, he shocked the world again. He returned to Cleveland. He wrote a letter to the city saying he wanted to bring a championship to Ohio. It wasn't about money. It was about legacy, about finishing what he started. The challenge was huge. The Cavaliers were rebuilding, but with Kyrie Irving and new star Kevin Love, LeBron believed. In 2015, they reached the finals, but injuries ruined their chances. They lost again. Doubters returned, but LeBron stayed focused. Then came 2016, a year that would change everything. The Cavaliers faced the Golden State Warriors, a team with the best record in NBA history. Down 3-1 in the finals, almost everyone thought it was over, but not LeBron. He delivered back-to-back 41-point games. He blocked shots, led fast breaks, and made every play count. In Game 7, with seconds left, he made the block, chasing down Andre Iguodala and swatting the ball off the glass. It became one of the most iconic plays in history. Then Kyrie Irving hit the winning 3, and finally, the buzzer sounded. Cleveland was on top. LeBron collapsed to the floor in tears. He had done it. A promise kept. A city reborn. A legacy sealed. He shouted into the microphone, "Cleveland, this is for you," and the whole state of Ohio roared back in love. After bringing a title to Cleveland, LeBron's journey didn't stop. In 2018, he made another bold move. He signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. A new chapter, a new coast. Many questioned the decision. Some said he was chasing fame, movies, and business. But LeBron never stopped chasing excellence. His first year in LA was tough. Injuries hit. The team missed the playoffs. But LeBron didn't make excuses. He rebuilt. He led. He believed. In 2020, the Lakers returned to the top. Alongside Anthony Davis, LeBron led the team through a season unlike any other. COVID-19 changed everything. Games were played in a bubble, without fans. Mental and physical stress were high, but LeBron kept them focused. He led in silence and in fire. They won the championship in honor of Kobe Bryant, who had tragically passed away earlier that year. It was emotional, powerful, unforgettable. LeBron had now won titles with 3 different teams, another stamp on his greatness. Off the court, he was building more than a brand. He opened a school in Akron, the AA Promise School, for kids like him who needed a chance. He used his voice for justice. He stood up when others stayed silent. LeBron was no longer just an athlete. He was a leader, a father, a symbol of purpose. As LeBron got older, he didn't slow down. He broke records, passed legends, and kept dominating. People waited for him to decline. It didn't happen. Season after season, he played with the energy of a rookie and the wisdom of a king. He became the NBA's all-time leading scorer, passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a record many thought would never fall. But LeBron made it look possible, not through luck, but through consistency. 20-plus years of greatness. Every night, every arena, young stars looked up to him. Luka, Tatum, Morant, all inspired by his journey. He wasn't just playing the game, he was shaping it. Even his son, Bronny, began rising in the ranks. LeBron dreamed of playing with him one day, a father-son duo in the NBA. No one had ever done it before. But with LeBron, nothing seemed impossible. Fans in every city stood and clapped when he walked in. He had once been a boy with holes in his shoes. Now, he was basketball royalty, not because of the points or the titles, but because of the journey. He had given everything to the game, and in return, the game gave him immortality. The story of LeBron James isn't just about basketball. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does, about rising from nothing and building something legendary. From the streets of Akron to the highest peaks of the NBA, his path was never easy, but it was always driven by heart. He didn't run from pressure. He embraced it. He didn't just score. He led. He inspired. He transformed every team, every court, every moment he touched. People will always debate who the greatest of all time is, but one thing is certain. LeBron James rewrote what greatness looks like, not just with skill, but with soul. And he's not finished yet. Even after decades in the game, he still shows up ready, still teaching, still competing, still believing. Because that's what legends do. They don't just fade. They keep shining. LeBron's story reminds us that dreams can start anywhere, even in a broken home, in a small town, with nothing but a ball and belief. And if you work, if you stay true, if you never stop, you can rise. He came from Akron. He conquered the NBA. He became more than a king. He became an icon the world will never forget.